Hi, everyone. Another week,
Hello.
another podcast. Hey, it's podcast 69. Nice, nice.
Nice.
That dumb joke with
Nice.
numbers I'll do. But, yeah. Another week, another podcast. We're going to head right into it. Oh, I keep forgetting I have that stream elements thing up there for about 2 seconds. I was going to try and sleep off of whatever. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to get going into it right away. Mike, how was your week?
Um, Nothing really new to report. Just still on the job hunt. But I've got some cool animation stuff to look forward to. Um, Including a recent episode of Renegade Animation that we just recorded last night, and a
Nice.
screener that came into my inbox that I'm excited to dive into.
Yeah,
that's
same
exciting.
screener. I gotta figure out how to rig my TV if I can. So the screener in question is what is it? Is it 4C that's animating it?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's a new adaptation of All You Need to Kill, aka Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, very nice.
Bree.
So, like Mike said, we recorded an episode of the podcast last night, so hopefully they'll be out over the weekend. Currently editing the most amazing episode of Lakecraft. I always say that, but we did that terrible Discovery Channel, not Discovery, well, it is Discovery Channel, but Animal Planet documentary about mermaids and finding the body. And we saw a scene with like a mermaid that heroically sacrificed itself. Dumb as shit. And we're probably gonna record another episode this weekend, so that's all good. Otherwise, last week was just kind of a recovery week for me because this week I'm just kind of like crazy busy. Did a lot of writing stuff. I finally finished the outline for the preschool spec that I'm writing. In between going back and forth to like my other thing, I'm just the idea of writing like baby drama and like just laughing at it and then writing the most depressing shit. It just I don't know. It just fills my black heart with joy. And I got some Hades in, really getting it. I think this is like the second or third time I've been Typhon, so really starting to get up, hoping to finish the story so then I can start, my low stakes Pokemon adventure. So it's kind of a little bit here, a little bit there.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah, it's already been a week. I can tell you that much. Yeah, a disappointing lack of D&D this week, I gotta say. And I might have to, because of a rescheduling thing that happened, might have to miss Thursday also. So I'm not feeling great about it, but like, it's just one of those weeks, I guess. Had a good week last week, and so now it's just universal balance reasserting itself, I suppose.
But hey, the Niners won.
Niners won, yeah. So that was one good thing. I was frankly shocked and amazed.
I wasn't.
Felt bad for the Eagles though.
Well, no, I won my Super Bowl. Kevin Patullo is no longer my offensive coordinator, so I truly won.
There you go. I'm happy for you guys to get rid of that guy because it seemed like he was making some really bad decisions over the course.
That could be a way to describe it.
Yeah, some very awkward plays, but wasn't the players' fault though. I feel like it was a really surprisingly clean game. Except for the Eagles kind of did have a couple of bad penalties, but the Niners played a really surprisingly clean game. We lost Kittle though. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I saw that. That's rough. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Jair Brown also got a hamstring injury, so I don't know how it's going to be after Seattle, but we shall see. Maybe they'll be overconfident and somehow the Niners will pull out another win, but we'll find out, I guess, on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't watch football outside of the Super Bowl. I just got to hear my fellow Wisconsinites bitching about the fact that we missed 3 field goals.
Oh, that loss was bad. Like, my team, like, hey, like, at least we lost in, like, a not depressing way, but oh my god, that Bears and Packers game? Holy shit.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Indeed, a rough one.
So I'm happy. I was like, back when I was in middle school, I was a Patriots fan, so I was happy with not having to deal with that shit. But anyway, what has my week been? Did some stuff for my birthday. Hung out with some friends. Went and watched Five Guys. I got 2 of my friends obsessed with Gachaka this weekend, so that was a good plus. Got some steelbooks, but I don't have them in here. Found a new gaming store in what? Oh, you guys converse for 2 seconds. I do have to show you something that I bought because it's the dumbest thing ever.
Oh boy.
Speaking of. It's always the Cody. Always. Never fails. Oh, I have been playing I just kind of fired up Star Wars Outlaws again. Tonight.
Nice.
Because it's on Game Pass now, so I don't pay for Game Pass. I just get it with the points.
Okay. So I am one of those people that is going to say that the person that made this game is an absolute hack. But I was at a gaming store that just opened in a town that's not far away from me that we normally go to that I didn't realize this thing opened.
Mm-hmm.
So you have this game here.
Oh, wow.
That, is bad.
Some of your favorites.
But I am a collector of certain things. So for $10...
Ooh.
I did get a
Steelbook.
pretty steelbook.
Nice.
But
That's nice. I like that.
I will let you guys decide what the better value was. I also got something else for $10. Take a guess what this is.
All right, well, for the little I could do in Japanese, is that Gurren Lagann?
No.
I'm trying to, because I know it's in katakana, so it's a Western title. So
Yeah, it is. Fiona, Mike, any guesses? When I saw this, I had to get this when I saw it.
I got nothing.
No.
This is the only game I own that is Japanese.
oh my god!
Wow.
I saw this, I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's actually a really good find.
Now keep in mind, this was as expensive as the very nice and mint condition steelbook of this.
Of course.
But yeah, there was that. Got Five Guys, which is always good, so that was a fun time. BS'd around, chilled at home, didn't do a whole ton. Watched the Stranger Things documentary, so that was something. And then worked. So yeah, there's that. Not a ton going on, but yeah, let's get on with the podcast. And we'll get into our topics here. Why, I switch you to this every time. There we go.
One day, StreamYard will work in your favor.
One day. They do so much good, and then they just crap the bed on certain things. All right. Fiona, buy or sell that Sandfall Interactive, the studio behind Claire Obscure Expedition 33, hired young staff because senior developers tend to go for safer, less risky options. It was also 90% because there were a nobody company in general, and senior people tend to go for safer options.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I can confidently say I buy that because it makes sense. It does make sense, and also nobody knew who Sandfall was until Expedition 33. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, we have some younger developers coming up who have cut their teeth on something really good. So, or at least competently, professionally made, for the most part. But yeah, I think that's a confident buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike, buy or sell that? Paramount has filed filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers seeking to force Warner Brothers to disclose financial details of their $83 billion deal with Netflix.
I buy how ridiculously petty. I'm my conspiracy.
I want to
theory-
know what he's buying you for dinner for why you're going out with him instead of me.
my conspiracy theory is this is all Larry's doing. David is just a puppet. He's daddy's little princess.
Yeah, I mean, but all this, not getting into the political side of things, things seem to be going great over there.
Oh, just wonderful.
Yeah, beautifully. Beautifully, really.
Bree, buy or sell that Sony will be reportedly more open to sharing characters in the Spider-Man universe with Marvel Studios.
I don't know. If you look at my face, it's in shock. I don't know how I'm gonna recover with this. I'm like, no shit.
I wish I could have done this sooner, back when Ryan Coogler wanted to put Kraven in the original Black Panther.
But no.
Well, you know what? Honestly,
couldn't have
that
done
probably
that.
ended up working out for the best.
I'm going to be honest with you, there was nothing wrong with the person who played Kraven.
No.
Oh yeah, no. Aaron Taylor Johnson did a great job. It's just
Yeah.
the movie around him was bleh.
Yeah.
Could have made a Quicksilver joke.
Who would have thought of making Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man characters wouldn't work? You know, here's the best part. It can work if you use heroes that are associated with Spider-Man and not villains. I would have watched a Prowler movie. I would have watched a Black Cat movie. I would have watched a Silver Sable movie.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it was a
like
Spider-Gwen
especially
movie.
like Black Cat. Like, I'm shocked. Like, to me that seems like such a no-brainer. Just make it like a spy thriller.
Yeah, it's very easy to make Superman movies or Spider-Man movies with Spider-Man characters. Just do them and not try to force that character to not be who it isn't.
I mean, they had Michael Keaton as the Vulture right there.
That was the one good thing they did. But yeah, we had to put him in Morbius because that was an idea. You know, if they
Great
would have
idea.
had Morbius suck plasma out of the person like he did in the 90s, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
And if they would have put more Pepsi in Madam Web,
Oh,
it would have gotten
so much
better.
more Pepsi. Yes.
Yeah,
So
the
much
Aaron
better.
Sparrow
Pepsi.
he would agree.
Yes. Kiona, buy or sell that Steam blasts past 42 million concurrent users as a sustained growth continues. Extra added point by me. Do you believe a giant portion of that is Xbox users that are permanently converting over to PC?
And also, I feel like the games on Steam just run better. Don't you? Do you feel that way? I feel
There's
like a lot of the
also-
games that I get through Xbox, through the Xbox app, sometimes they don't run as well as they do on Steam.
They're not, and also there's some that are hidden in Steam that you can't get on Xbox.
Oh, there are many, yeah, for sure.
The catalog is just that much bigger. And at this point, it's borderline pointless to have an Xbox. So I'm fully like, a lot of people are just saying screw it.
It really, truly is.
And like, you
I
don't
hate
need
to
have
say
a
it
monster
because I'm a
PC,
big
but-
Xbox guy from the original times, but like, yeah. And yeah, like Pringle brings up something there where it's like, you know, she doesn't have a gaming PC or like a really like super expensive gaming PC, so it's yeah, so she stays with her Xbox and Game Pass.
I mean,
which is
it would.
fine.
I mean, it would be one thing if the new quote unquote Xbox was maybe like a lower entry like PC, but we all know it's not going to be that.
No,
Yeah.
it's going to be what the Steam box is, and it's going to
Yeah,
turn
exactly.
out really bad for Xbox because the Steam box is going to be better.
They keep making bad decision after bad decision. It's just so not what it was. It's so not what it used to be.
You mean when it used to be a gaming company?
Yeah.
Crazy how that works. Mike, buy or sell that Blade is rumored to be canceled at Marvel Studios, and Marvel will be pivoting to putting him into a Midnight Suns movie.
You know, I'm not even sure that I believe this. As frankly, I don't believe anything.
Mike, you got to watch the Blade movie earlier, remember? Sinners? When they used the costumes for it?
That's true.
That
Sam
tweet.
Michael B. Jordan as Blade.
That tweet that said Mahershala Ali should be able to hunt Kevin Feige for sport at this point still stands so good.
Oh, it reminds me. I actually got my 4K of Sinners finally. I was still hoping they'd restock the Steelbook. They never did, but I got that. And apparently Sinners is coming back into theaters on Monday.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think it's only IMAX exclusive though, but still, that's good for IMAX.
That's
yeah,
so
especially
cool.
yeah. I mean, because it's January, it's like a dead month. It, like IMAX is like, oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's still my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, my,
Really
so good.
Honestly, it still is.
That is my favorite live action movie of the year.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. Bree, buy or sell that, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Priyank Chopra Jonas is being eyed to play Rita Repulsa in the Power Rangers reboot?
Sure. I mean, she was good. God, I think she was on years ago. What was it, Quantico?
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, she's a great actress. I mean, just because she's married to one of the Jonas Brothers, like, I don't think that detracts from anything. But
No.
it'd be interesting if they're going more for a more serious Rita. Like, maybe she's closer to her Japanese counterpart. That could be interesting.
It could be. I still think my favorite random fact now about things to tell people is the fact that the person who voiced Rita Repulsa in Power Rangers now voices Turbo Granny in the English dub of Dan to Dan.
I love it.
I love that so much. Oh, man.
Oh, you want to hear my other, like, fun fact? It's not Power Rangers related, but it's, believe it or not, it's Cowboy Bebop and musical theater related. Okay, so you know Melissa Fawn, the voice of Ed, right?
Yeah.
She was actually part of the original Broadway cast of Wicked. She has a solo, and she was the understudy for Glinda, and I think she actually played her in San Fran for like a couple years.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
cool. I thought you were going to say that they were doing a Cowboy Bebop the musical.
I thought you were about to say there was a musical before it became an anime, and I was about to shit myself.
No, a Cowboy Bebop musical actually would be really cool. I'm
Actually
surprised I never
work.
did. You know what? If Cowboy Bebop didn't like underperform in Japan, they might have done one.
Yeah, that is one thing that not a lot of people know about. America got Cowboy Bebop for dirt cheap, and it became popular in the U.S. because of the English dub, and then exploded everywhere else.
Yep.
Yeah, that was one of the things that just got dumped in freaking Steve Bloom's lap back when he was just working at a studio and not doing a lot of actual dubbing himself.
After his Big O debut or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that show.
Oh, yeah. All
That's
right.
Good show.
Mike, buy or sell that Catherine Hahn is in talks to play Mother Gothel in the Tangled live-action movie.
Yeah, I buy this. She's
like
been like
perfect
actively
casting.
campaigning to play this role, so
Solid
why not?
casting.
I mean, just let Catherine Hahn be like all the witches. Just let her. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
what she wants to do for the end of for her career. I'm like, good.
She should have been a new witch in that freaking
Agree.
in that what was it? The one that they joked having a sequel for forever and then finally got it.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus
2?
Pocus, yeah. When they did Hocus Pocus. That was the fake Facebook post for forever. Everyone's like, did you see they're making a Facebook? No, they aren't. It just says that. And then finally they did.
And we still haven't seen it.
No, we still haven't. We did a fresh takes on Hocus
I
Pocus
watched it.
specifically to
No,
watch
I
Hocus Pocus 2.
I watched it. It's like whatever. Like it's just like a Disney Channel movie with extra budget. But like the weird thing is they did like a sequel novel like years before, and honestly, it's like a lot more like interesting. It's kind of weird that they didn't go back with like the legacy characters, but whatever.
Is what it is. Kiona, buy or sell 4 games. Avowed is coming to PS5 February 17th. It includes New Game Plus, new races to play, a brand new weapon
Like
type, photo mode, and it's $20 cheaper.
Yeah.
Dang.
Not a bad game. Not a bad game. Not my favorite game ever, but it wasn't bad.
No.
It was actually pretty good. The combat was surprisingly good. So yeah,
I just love
have at it.
I just love that it's
PlayStation.
I just love that it's
gamers.
become, hey, get the full game when it comes out on PlayStation. It'll also be cheaper. Like, what
Yeah.
are we doing? All right.
Yeah.
Bree, buy or sell that Jackass 5 is coming into theaters in June. Johnny Knoxville says, well, wang, dang, and hot damn doodle. We are starting the year off with a bang. We wanted to let you know this summer Jackass is back, and we'll see you in theaters June 26th. And it's rumored to have Bam in it this time.
Just through archival footage.
Yeah.
He's not actually gonna like do anything.
I know, but still, that's considering what was going on with them.
I mean, sure. I mean, maybe they could save society. I don't know. Maybe this is just what we need to do to return to being a proper culture.
By the way, this is actually the same weekend that Supergirl is coming out.
It still could do fine. Like, they might be, like, counter-programming. Like, I see the strategy.
Yeah, could be.
And
All
also,
right.
I don't think the Jackass movies cost a ton of money to make.
Oh, no,
they
they're-
cost
they're
medical
dirt
bills. That's all they ever are. And you got insurance, baby. All right, Mike, buy or sell that Tegan Croft has been cast as Rapunzel in the Tangled live action movie.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not totally familiar with her, but you know,
She's Laura's
whatever.
daughter.
This movie is happening whether we want it or not.
Wasn't she Raven or something in Teen Titans? In the Titans show, I mean.
Oh,
Titan show.
shoot,
Was
that's
she?
right.
The
Oh,
dumbass
yeah.
show.
I liked.
I will tell you, their Deathstroke was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like their Deathstroke quite a bit.
Oh, they just lost me on fuck Batman. You know, like
Yeah, because you know
really.
that's what Dick Grayson says all the time. Because he's an adult.
Oh my
I'm an
God.
adult.
I can.
I don't
swear
need
for
your
no
medicine.
reason.
I'm an adult. Brandon Thrace was a good. The sad part was, outside of that, they had the
I didn't
parts
even care about
casted
that.
actually pretty well. It's just parts of it were ugh.
Yeah,
All right.
it's just.
All right. So, Kiona, buy or
Yeah.
sell that Sarah Michelle Gellar says the Buffy reboot might be called Buffy the Vampire Slayer New Sunnydale, so it's not a reboot. It's picking up with all the same characters right away. It's not like a sequel. That's why the name was even important to me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the end of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but that statement confuses the fuck out of me.
Which statement? Sorry. Say that again.
So
it's not picking up with all the same characters right
Nope,
away.
nope.
It's not like a sequel. That's why. Okay, I think what she meant to say was that it's not a reboot.
Okay.
Yeah, that it's not like we're not starting at Buffy like square one.
Yeah, and I guess that like what she's, I think it's gonna focus on like I guess she's gonna be like the Giles, in a way, of the show, because she's gonna be, you know, kind of mentoring the newer Slayers and stuff. And
Yeah, because I guess the assumption that they mean is that because the original Sunnydale fell into the Hellmouth, right?
yeah,
I was gonna say you
Yeah,
were asking the wrong guy.
the
So
original.
I'm assuming in like if we're basing off a real world time, the 20 plus years later that they've rebuilt.
Probably
Yeah. So that's probably
rebuild it
what
on a
is.
Hellmouth. Why not?
Well, if it's
Can't have
close,
Cleveland be the only Hellmouth out there.
I mean, I guess the assumption is probably the Hellmouth has been closed for like a couple decades and everything's kind of returned to normal and something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what it was she just meant to say that it's not like a reboot. But she used the word sequel. But I just think that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Just think that she misspoke. I watched that whole entire interview though. It was pretty good. Pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah.
I will buy this last one because it made me fucking laugh when I read this. Jason Schreier, who's known for being unbelievably spot on and always getting things right with his work, says that he has heard from personal insiders that PlayStation is the main platform that Rockstar cares about, and Sony is planning their entire lineup around GTA 6. Keep in mind, it's not going to PC for a year after it hits
Yeah, didn't they
consoles.
say it's not going to go to PC for a long time?
For at least a year.
Yeah.
A year.
Fair enough.
Oh, boy. All right, I buy the shit out of that, in case you're wondering. Mike, I'm going to assume that social media mistakes is yours?
Yeah, because we're in awards season, and I was going to go off on that specific tweet, but I think in general, I just need to just take a huge deep sigh at the fact that we still have 2 more months of this bullshit. And we've got some things to cover in the movie and TV section. Couple of the Guild Awards, but like the discourse is the discourse is very tiring. Like it seems like people are just watching movies for like the first time this year and are saying just a whole bunch of dumb, stupid things. And yeah, just social media was a mistake.
It was. You want to know what else was a mistake? Saving GameStop. GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen could make $35 billion in stock options, but whether or not he gets paid is based entirely upon the company's performance. And apparently to hit that goal, they are closing around 390 stores.
Jesus.
Yep.
All right. So, the store closed as effective of 1/8/26. A different sign posted on Think Very Loyal. Signs instruct customers in game media or memorabilia reservations to travel to a new store to pick up their purchases, but the sudden nature of the wide reports left GameStop buyers with many more questions than answers. With reports that it seems that dozens of store closures online, a blog tracks GameStop activity, because God knows that's got to be fun, using employee reports, and the company's store locator claims that there are a record 390 closures via Polygon, and additional 10 stores are still in the company's process of being confirmed to have shut down, which is accurate, means there's a total of 400 store locations and a little more than a week into the year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, another hit the GameStop's physical presence in the gaming market with a December 2025 filing from the company noting that it has ceased operations of 590 locations in the U.S. in fiscal 2024.
Damn.
Now the once Titan, known for its power to the players, seems to be keeping its future plans to the same document, saying it anticipated closing a significant number of stores in fiscal 2025. For the last 10 years, GameStop has closed more stores than it has opened in the U.S. each year, with closures more outnumbering in the hundreds. Yeah, so a lot of this is basically trying to make enough profit so that they can get in. Meanwhile, GameStop has announced earlier this week that Cohen, who took over as CEO in September of 2023, is to receive a staggering $35 billion in performance-based stock options. For Cohen to receive this payout, the company's board of directors states GameStop will need to reach a market capitalization of $100 billion, and before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, achieve $10 billion in a cumulative performance. GameStop's market cap currently sits at 9.5. So they're just going to keep chopping away at the tree until they get enough. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Now, speaking of something a little bit better, I remember it was on this podcast, I believe I want to say, that Stellar Blade Studio Shift Up gifted everybody PlayStations for presents when they had the big sales and everything going well with Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Well, now Stellar Blade Studio Shift Up has gifted all of its staff a $3,400 bonus, AirPod Maxes, and an Apple Watch to mark the start of the new year. Just cause. It's almost like you can be a good company.
And like the AirPod Max are like crazy expensive. Like those shit fuckers are like $600 each.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah! Oh, good God. All right. So, we're going to have some depressing stuff here before we get to happier stuff, I swear to God. There was a person who's been tracking things over the past year here for Microsoft, and I had to bring this up because I thought this was fake, and I checked it, and it's true. Remember when Microsoft said they weren't going to lay people off if they got to purchase Activision?
Mm-hmm.
When did that sale go down again?
It was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I
Yeah.
want to say like 2022.
Microsoft buy. I want to say it was 2022 as well. Yeah. Complete this acquisition in October 13th, 2023. And they said to offset the sale price, they were not if they got this, they were not going to do a bunch of layoffs. They weren't going to close a bunch of studios. They closed a bunch of studios. In 2023, they laid off anywhere between 10 to 11,000 people. In 2024, they laid off between 3 and 5,000 people. In 2025, they laid off over 15,000 people. And in 2026, they are aiming to drop off anywhere between 11 to 22,000 people.
But no, they're not going to lay anyone off.
No.
No. It's almost like it's bullshit that they just lied. And everyone who said, hey, this is a fucking bad idea, was right.
Remember when PlayStation was trying to be made out to be bad people in that whole shithole? Like, are you guys fucking serious? They weren't fighting to buy it themselves. They were fighting to have no one buy it. You fucking morons. Also, and this one will make specifically Mike happy. Not really. Ubisoft shuts down Halifax studio just days after the entirety of the employees unionized.
Wow.
Over the past 24 months, Ubisoft has undertaken company-wide actions to streamline operations, improve efficiency, and reduce costs. As a part of this, Ubisoft made the difficult decision to close its Halifax studio. 71 positions will be affected. We are committed to supporting all impacted team members during this transition with resources, including comprehensive severance packages, including career assistance.
This almost seems like it's illegal.
No, never. Alright, guys, I know another thing that might come shocking here. Supposedly, GTA 6 isn't going to be done on time.
I would have never thought.
So, again, Jason Schreier, known for knowing his stuff on the Button Mash podcast, talked that the game was not content complete. It's really hard to say if it'll launch in November. No one at Rockstar is 100% certain if it will. Devs are still finalizing missions. Add/decide what makes it into the game. Hopes to move to bug fixing phase soon. Dear God.
Jeez.
Rockstar can't settle for less than perfect. The stock of Take-Two lives or dies on this. That is actually fucking insane. They'd rather delay than a broken launch. PlayStation is the main platform. Sony's planning the entire lineup around it. Take-Two's fiscal year ends in late March 2027, and therefore they have space in case they want to release the game in the same fiscal year. I'm going to guess that bitch is going to be released in March of 2027.
Yeah, probably. I would guess that you're right. Are they also launching it on Xbox at the same time?
Yeah, they're launching it on both. They're just saying that I'm assuming when they say main platform is PlayStation, that there's going to be a lot more commercial and advertisement shit for that. There might be bundles and all this. And
if they do a state of play, it'll probably have GTA 6.
Yeah, and they might,
as opposed to the Xbox.
They might do extra access, whatever, or shit with it.
Maybe.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, there's a lot of AI in this doc, you guys. I apologize, but people just wanted to say dumb shit about AI. Oh, now it's gone. Alright, I'm just gonna have to go off the quote. Anyway. Alright, Divinity and Baldur's Gate developer Larian has said that it won't use generative AI to create concept art or processes in writing in Divinity, but the developer is still interested in using the technology in other areas. Now, the other part was moving certain processes along with communications and other things, but there was some really bad wording that made it sound awful. So I wanted to go over it, but apparently the VGC site said, fuck you, Mr. Hatfield, and we're not going to let that happen. So, All right. We've noticed that you aren't displaying ads. Shut up. All right.
Oh my god, yeah, for real.
Yeah, so 007 First Light has angered its PC fans by requiring minimum specs that don't exist.
What?
I read that article. I was like, what? How does none of this make sense?
All right, so Kiona, I'm going to be really honest here. I am not a PC guy, so I'm going to let you kind of...
Oh, well,
Talk
I mean,
about-
I'm not the best when it comes to like PC specs or anything, but like, let me just go over the article real quick. So, essentially,
that's
let's
not what I
see.
wanted. There we
Let's
go.
take a look.
There we
Let's take a
go.
look.
I have the thing on here as well.
Okay. So minimum PC hardware requirements here. It says 1080p at 30 FPS with an Intel Core i5-9500K, which apparently is a processor that doesn't exist. And then they're like, and then they're saying, and also like, if they're saying that like a minimum graphics card would be an NVIDIA GTX 1660.
Isn't that like a big beefy boy?
It is, but it's like super, like from a previous generation.
Okay.
I mean, like it probably could run it at minimum. Maybe it's a little odd though, and they're saying that video RAM should be 8 gigs. It's apparently it doesn't match up with the GPUs, is what they're saying.
Okay.
12 gigabytes on the recommended PC specs for an RTX 3060 Ti. There is no 12 gigabyte 3060 Ti. It's an 8 gigabyte GPU. So whoever did that is just royally fucked it up. Nice job. But yeah,
Remember when
I love how
games
the
were
first
optimized?
comment on the Twitter post that is linked in the article says, guys, you might have wanted to double check these requirements. i5-9500K does not exist as a CPU.
Did I have 11 underneath that it says, remember when the games were
Uh-huh.
optimized? This horse shit is for modern audiences. Well, screw that.
Yup. I'm not terribly interested in the game to begin with, but
Oh,
like,
I knew you weren't, but you're the only like big PC
This
guy I
is
know to
so
talk to on the
weird.
podcast here.
oh, yeah, it's just strange. What a strange, like, I don't even understand it. I don't know how you messed that up though, considering that you know that there's going to be a bunch of hardcore PC, whatever dudes that are going to sit there and they're just going to pour over these specs and look for anything
The
that's
only
inaccurate.
thing I can think of is that possibly this was done in ChatGPT, and maybe it was like
Maybe.
and it was an AI hallucination, because that's the only thing that even remotely makes sense to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the only way to explain it, because were any of those specs even remotely close to like to realistic, or are they all just like nonsense?
I feel like a lot of them were nonsense. I mean,
But one of them wasn't real. So.
a 3060, considering that it's a modern game and considering the level of detail that they're going for, I mean, if anything, I think the minimum should probably be my GPU, which is a 2070. I've been rocking that thing for 6 years. So, if anything, yeah, it probably should be a 2070. That's like the low end GPU. It's super weird.
Yeah. All right.
Having it run on a 1660, I just don't know how that's gonna run. I'm so curious. Maybe you could get it to run at minimum low settings with like nothing turned on. I don't even know.
Maybe if you have it run like 12 frames a second, it'll make
maybe.
the Switch
Super
version of
strange.
MK1 look like Cyberpunk 2077 when it was actually fixed.
I was going to say
Right.
at launch. God. All right. So, Tomb Raider star Sophie Turner said she is playing games, reading comics to prepare for a role as Lara Croft. I didn't know there was comics until this. Some people thought she was lying. She's not. There actually is comics, and they look kind of cool.
Yeah, there are comics. Yeah.
So, I actually think honest to God, that Sophie Turner could do a good job. She wasn't who I was expecting, and I'm going to be really honest here. Every time I see someone complain about this, saying Sophie Turner's not going to do a good job, it points to two things that I can guarantee one of them, the person who's complaining about this 9 times out of 10 hasn't watched. One is the last season of Game of Thrones. She didn't write it. And 2 is Dark Phoenix. You try and make that work. And I can guarantee you 90% of the people saying Dark Phoenix didn't watch Dark Phoenix. Because the only person really trying in that movie was her.
Yep.
Because when Sophie Turner is, I think, doing a better job than Jessica Chastain was in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, oh my god, don't.
I don't even understand what Chastain was doing in that movie. She was making choices.
That whole movie was a choice. It broke my brain for that helmet. That's all I gotta say.
So weird what they did with her.
Yes, it was very weird. All right,
especially with Jessica Chastain.
Yeah,
Sophie Turner. The only thing that I will say is that I just don't see her having enough grit. For me personally, but maybe she will. I'm just used to her playing like really prissy roles. Maybe that's what it is.
That might be the reason behind why she's doing this.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, like to challenge yourself,
branch out a little bit.
Like she's like, I have to do something different, so I'm not just known for whatever. All right, one last one for gaming. NVIDIA GeForce time limits will stop gamers after 100 hours each month.
Oh, GeForce Now?
Yeah. If you use NVIDIA GeForce Now game streaming, you will soon be limited to how long you can play for. The brand is introducing a 100-hour monthly time limit before you can pay extra each month. GeForce Now is a cloud-based streaming service which lets you play your games through more powerful remote hardware. You can stream titles through various devices, including your own computer, smart TVs, smartphones, and handheld consoles and VR headsets. In late 2024, NVIDIA introduced a 100-hour cap for those who were signed up after January 25th. Existing subscribers were exempt for the last 12 months, but now that's changing. All right, so 100 hours.
Divided by 24.
Yeah, 100 hours. So 4 hours.
That's like nothing, though.
Yeah, that you're barely using it and you're capped. In a month?
Oh, rough.
Like maybe if you're a casual gamer, but even then, that's kind of like
casual gamer, like 4 hours a day. Even if you don't, and then if you say if you just game one big long session on the weekend, that's a week worth of shit in the.
I've had a single match of zombies go for half of that.
Exactly. I beat Resident Evil 3 my second time and. Aye. All right, we're on to movies now. Okay, so you guys tell me what you think this means. All right, so everyone has seen the new teaser, by the way?
Yes.
I saw a frame of it. I haven't watched it. It's the one with Shuri, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so, yes, I've seen the new one.
I have to comment on, every one of those has leaked. Every one of them has leaked.
Yep.
Yes.
And so the Russo brothers tease Avengers Doomsday. What you've been watching the last 4 weeks are not teasers or trailers. They are stories. They are clues. Pay attention. What am I not paying attention to?
I have 2 theories. One,
there's going to be a movie.
Wait,
I think I nailed it.
No, one of them is that none of those trailers are actually in the movie. They're just like, you know how Marvel will shoot stuff that's like exclusively for trailers, to throw people off the scent.
Oh, that would suck if we don't get that Cyclops shot in the movie.
There's a difference. They've shot stuff that's exclusively for trailers, but that's because they cut it out of the original movie when it was shot to be in the movie, and then they've taken scenes and took stuff out of the scenes and then re-put them back in for the movie. They've never shot a freaking 3-minute long sequence just to be put in a trailer.
True.
But yeah, I agree with Kiona. If I don't get to see that Cyclops scene in a movie, I might kill someone.
Yeah, because that scene is like that is the Cyclops that we've wanted to see pretty much
And guys,
forever.
remember last week we learned you have to know about the imperialism with the X-Men because the X has red in it.
Guys, read a fucking comic, please.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
You guys
Also, have you seen people complaining about the Fantastic Four meeting up with the people of Wakanda as if that's not where Black Panther was first introduced?
Yeah. Also, gonna be really honest with you here. Why would you complain about where they meet up? It's a fucking comic book movie about characters coming together.
Right?
Yeah, why would you complain
Like,
about that?
what are we even fucking doing?
I mean, if anything, it's going to be interesting to see how the Fantastic Four and end up in Wakanda, which, I mean, there are ties.
Yeah.
There are ties to everything. Yeah.
Yep.
In all these comics and all these stories, but like, yeah,
Oh, there is 100%.
should be cool.
All
I
right.
definitely need my X-Men scenes, though. I need
I'm sure
Wolverine
you
and
will.
Deadpool to be in this movie, for fuck's sake.
They probably will.
If not Deadpool,
this,
at
then
least
definitely Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to remember, we're going to have about 7 hours worth of movie.
Famke's coming back too. Famke Janssen.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Alrighty. This was a take I didn't think I was going to say. Kit Harington was genuinely angered by a fan petition demanding for Game of Thrones Season 8 to be remade with quote-unquote competent writers. Like, how dare you? I think of a level of idiocy that can only come about through social media.
It's
Not wrong.
almost like he says social media was a mistake.
And also, it's like, guys, it's been like almost 5 years. Let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh, wait, Brie, are you trying to tell me that there's a certain sect of people that will latch onto an idea that's never going to happen and then just grind on it and grind on it forever
Almost like some kind
and
of
never let
gaze.
go? It's almost like some sort of cult that follows a director that was...
Oh, God. I wasn't even thinking that direction.
Oh, that's what I
Jesus
thought
Christ.
instantly. I don't think anything else.
You know, yeah, I mean, like I said, I understand the impulse because Mass Effect 3, you know? Also, like, not to go off on a tangent here, but Pringle and I, we were watching all of Battlestar Galactica. I took her through her first watch through of that show, the 2004 the reimagined series, and we got to the ending last night. And the ending of that show, to me, is slightly disappointing, and I wish that they had done different things. Not disappointing from a character perspective, but disappointing from like, this show was based on, like, even though they had the mysticism thing, they also had a lot of science in it. Like, they also had a lot of plausibility in it, is what I'm saying. And, like, I feel like they dropped the ball at the end there. But I think it was just bad timing, and I think it was just, like, I don't know, maybe the writer's strike at the time was going on. I completely forget if it was or not, but, like, one of the writer's strikes. But, yeah. So, I mean, I get it, you know? I understand, and I didn't like the Game of Thrones ending either. But,
No.
you know, and like I said, Mass Effect 3, the indoctrination theory would have been so much better than what they gave us. But, you know, it's fine. It is what it is.
Part of me actually kind of wonders if the Mass Effect 3 ending is what started all of this fandom entitlement.
I think it did to a degree. I think it did.
It's a part of it because
It's
it was
part
one
of
of
it.
those things where
You can always blame gamers.
It's a thing where it's a fun idea and like it starts out good, and then you'll always hear most people to be like, "Trust me, this was the idea, this, and this," and then you actually try and carry it out all the way through, and it starts to fall apart the further you go.
Yeah,
but it's like coming up with something because you hated something instead of just not liking it.
Yeah. But to me, it was like I understood because I felt that disappointment too. When I got to the end of that game, I stayed up all night playing that game, and I really wanted it to be a good ending. But I could even see that, like, okay, we're kind of in a corner here, and how are we going to get out of it? And it just is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and hopefully, with with Mass Effect 5, whatever they call it, coming out, hopefully it'll be better.
You know,
or do something with it.
I don't know. Enough. You know who doesn't get any blame at all and deserves a giant chunk of it because it made them end the game partially the way they did? Everyone likes to forget that EA told them that they're not making Mass Effect games after 3.
Yeah, sure.
But yet EA gets no shit whenever it comes to the ending of that game.
I know. Yeah.
I always love how that gets forgotten. All right.
Yeah.
So,
EA can be the source of pretty much all evil.
You don't say. Hey.
Almost.
So, remember how dumb Conformity Gate was? You know what's even dumber? Apparently, a lot of people are going to lose a metric shitload of money over it not happening.
Well, hey, you can make some money by posting that excerpt and monetize that shit.
Oh, I know. I still got to post that. I forgot about doing it the other day, but I still have to. Okay, so $7 million is at risk if Netflix doesn't release the rumored secret episode of Stranger Things. A whopping $7 million is at risk if Netflix decide not to release... I like how not to release a thing that doesn't exist. That's a really great sentence. Not release the rumored secret episode of Stranger Things. The beloved TV show finally came to an end this year with the release of the final installment of the 5th season. Since there have been fans speculating whether or not a secret 9th episode might be about to drop. The bizarre theory been named Conformity Gate, which has been pinned all on the idea that everything which happens in the penultimate episodes are actually just a vision to Mike by Vecna. Now, it's important not to hold our breaths on this one because it has more or less been debunked by Netflix. Fucking shocking. But if it turns out to be a false hope, then some people are set to lose out on $7 million. It's because people have been betting on the outcome on Polymarket, which is a crypto-based betting site. This includes being able to bet on Stranger Things releasing a new episode, but also be able to bet on things such as whether Israel will strike Iran by the end of the month, who the Venezuela leader will be by the end of 2026, and whether there will be another ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine in the next few months. The bets on Stranger Things released in episode 9 clearly had fans thinking they could be ahead of the curve, with over $7 million having been placed on a new episode releasing today. How this works is that if there's no episode by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, Polymarket will keep all $7 million. There's also a separate betting line with $360,000 having been set, having bet suggesting that there will be a new episode by July 31st.
January 31st.
January 31st, sorry. There probably will be switched to July. The comments are full of people referencing a viral theory, with one more popular saying, Conformity Gate Gang, let's do it. Another saying, I'll willingly throw away so much money before, but TikTok convinced me. The odds are currently at... The odds currently stand at 2% of the episode being released. Now it's 0, baby. To be released in the next 12 hours, but even then it would be considered a hopeful to many. Even if they did another episode was set to be announced, many believe today was simply when it was going to be announced, not when it was going to be released. Unfortunately, it seems most likely outcome for the betting site taking everyone's money.
You got there.
Yeah.
Mind if I move them?
The next 12 hours, which will lead to an important lesson. Never bet on something because of a TikTok trend. Please gamble responsibly. For help, support, and advice about your problem gambling, call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.24/7.
Yeah, you know, here's a gamble. Like, you could have just given all that money to me.
I'll take that $7 million.
I would have took it.
I mean, look, if we split it between the 4 of us, we'd never have to worry about shit ever again.
Do you know what's really great? That $7 million couldn't have afforded them to make another episode of Stranger Things.
Like, that's barely... I don't even think... That'd be hard to make an episode of network TV for $7 million.
Oh,
Yeah, for real.
Alrighty. Alright, so there was some things that went on with this doc that I wanted to talk about. So I made a notes app here about some things that I wanted to speak that were said in this doc that were kind of different. But we'll go through
Okay.
things that were in here. I'm going to see if there's any in here that aren't mentioned in this doc. Upcoming spinoff. All right, so the upcoming spinoff is set in the 80s. That one we knew about. There's not a single deleted scene from season 5. However, some scenes were from the final were trimmed down because there was too much crying. Holly Wheeler and her friends were not originally planned to be a part of part 5. All right, so let's get down to brass tacks here. All right, these are in order of what it did because they bounced around a little, but they mostly did it episode by episode as they went through. I shit you not, this was the second or third sentence that was said in the doc. You cannot leave anything dangling, you have to wrap it all up.
About that.
Yeah. They went into production of the first episode without a finished script for the finale. Matt Duffer said, Ross and I had no interest in writing at all before the show, we only wanted to direct. The best way to get into this business was writing. So bad script after bad script and trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Then we went with our gut and said we should just write for ourselves. So there has been a total of 52 billion minutes of Stranger Things streamed. The Duffers joke at the first table read about there being a shitload of people and that they probably should have killed some of them off. Asking sincerely during the shooting of the Wheeler House demo attack if there was too much blood and injuries to the mom. It was super cool. Okay, this is just a note for me. I am a giant fan of Julia Stunts. So Julia Maggio, she's known for her, or Maggio if I'm saying it correctly, she's known for her Hanji cosplays that she does online. And she's a stunt person. That's what her job started out as. She's known as stunt person.
Yeah, I know. I saw her. She did a post the other day, and she had her little craft. She made like a little like 3D printed like axis for everyone.
Yeah, they showed behind the scenes of the stunts running, and you actually got to see her like going through everything and like doing her job professionally with all of them.
But
It's really cool.
crazy is that from like a distance, she actually could pass for Winona.
Oh, 100%. It's terrifying. Like she's been her stunt person for a bunch of projects. It was Stranger Things, Beetlejuice, and something else. She's been basically become her permanent stunt person. All right. So they showed the previs and some other stuff of the Max Z Demogorgon scene. Quote unquote, we aren't killing people off because we have to maintain the sense of fun or it doesn't become the show anymore. It becomes depressing.
I mean, not the best excuse, but I kind of see where their heads are at.
Look at my face here.
They've killed people in the show, though.
Yeah.
And very gruesomely.
Like, rip Bob. Like, did Bob mean nothing?
Also, by the way, remember how they said the most gruesome death in the entire show was going to happen in season 5? In this documentary, as they're about to film the scene where Vecna dies, both of the Duffers openly talk with Millie Bobby Brown and somebody else, I can't remember who was in the spot with them while they were setting it up, talking about how they don't think they're going to make anything more gruesome than when Chrissy died. They're about to film the last scene of the show.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So that whole quote was just out of nowhere. Talking about the Abyss, they're like, the cool thing is that there's a giant monster. And there's a big scene in it about one of the writers arguing that there needs to be monsters in the Abyss. It would be very weird if none are in there. And then another writer mentions one of the reasons for why they possibly shouldn't do it is that there could be demo fatigue.
Oh,
Demo
you
fatigue.
fly on the wall for that writer's room. Oh.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things that they were very much panicking about was that since they didn't have a finalized script for the ending scene, they had no idea what kind of sets and shit they were going to have to build, and they did not have a finished scene for that until they were on, like, episode 6, I want to say. So then when they finally got the ending script and stuff done, they were panicking because they had enough time to find out about how the finale will take place. And the Mind Flayer set, like the spikes and the innards in the mouth and all the shit where all the kids were held and all that, where they had the final scene with Vecna, was built in 16 weeks after the day that they found out what they had to make. That all that thing is made with steel beams and styrofoam. Watching them put that thing together over time was incredible. Also, I need to look this. I don't know if they're going to have this on here. Concepts for Vecna from Stranger Things.
Oh, you know what the other hilarious thing? I think that this came up. How many people were convinced that Vecna's suit was like all practical effects? I'm like, bitch.
There's a good chunk of it that is, but not all of it.
I think it's mostly just his face performance.
His face and his hands.
Yeah, like the rest of that, like he's wearing like a tracksuit, but he's basically painted over in CG.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where is it? Where is it?
Makes sense.
So some of these early on Vecna designs are very different. Like, some of them had him quadrupedal. And there was a lot of different stuff that went into what he was going to possibly look like. They had ass loads of different designs that were up there for what he was going to possibly look like. I wish I could have found more of them, but considering when it came out, they didn't have a lot of good screen grabs to get. They were panicking about the amount of stuntmen that they needed for the Max Z scene, because they were not only how many they were going to need to have and coordinate, but finding all of them, because they were needing anywhere between 50 to 75 stuntmen that they were going to have to coordinate throughout that small scene there. They started shooting episode 8. When they started shooting episode 8, they had not finished the script or had a full read-through of it. They said they were getting hammered so badly by Netflix for episode 8 that they had to get moving along at a faster pace than what they wanted. All right, when they did that melting room scene, you know, where the things going apart and like how things manage and all this stuff are going apart. Mm-hmm. Apparently, when they did the test for it, the liquids and stuff they used worked a lot better. And then on the day of when they went to go shoot it, instead of the consistency of sludge, had the consistency of water.
Yeah, like, I saw in that, like, in that scene, Sean Levy was getting very frustrated that the sludge wasn't coming, but the the actors were doing their best to fake it.
Yeah, that's one thing where, like, I gained a lot of respect for Sean, because he had every right to fucking explode, but he stayed relatively very calm, but you could tell that he was, like, stressing a little, and he openly said that 90% of that entire scene is done by the actors faking the consistency of the liquids and then having to redo it over with CG instead of having it be 90% practical because of how the liquids ended up turning out. They had a lot of trouble. Oh, sorry, I had this wrong. They had a quote-unquote ton of trouble framing shots with just the blue screen in the background, with, I believe it was Matt Duffer saying, quote-unquote, I had no idea what was going to look good. Because in the final scene, it was just 4 blue screens that they were just running against and a couple of things on the floor. The set makers got very emotional after they finished the interior of the Mind Flayer set and how it might be one of the last giant sets they ever get to make because this kind of thing is a dying art. So there was a lot of discussions about how that's not going to be a thing much anymore. And I didn't think about it, but the first and only scene that Henry and Joyce had together was when she kills him.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the set kind of didn't realize, she shook her hand and they was like, they didn't show together, and then it was either Matt or the other Duffer was like, yeah, this is their first scene together and their only scene. They're like... which makes sense and all that. One that I'm going to shoot into the ground right now, there is a lot of people that are attempting to give Sean Levy crap for not knowing what goes on in the show. Sean was brought on to direct the episode that had Sadie Sink and all them in it when they were waking her up. And Maya Hawke said out loud that she's like, when we're shooting this, there's a lot of these scenes being shot out of order. Right now, none of these people know that me and her are dating. And the entire internet took that to be as Maya had to tell Sean they were dating because he didn't read the scripts.
And also, like, during, like, a part of this, like, was it, like, because didn't Sean leave at some point, like, or is this in between seasons for Deadpool and Wolverine?
He didn't get to shoot his normal episode numbers because of Deadpool and Wolverine. He normally shot every year episode 3 and 4, but he then shot at a different episode numbers because of Deadpool and Wolverine. So he wasn't shooting the normal episodes that he normally would shoot.
That's what I'm saying.
Season,
so legitimately, you know, like, he might have to catch up on, like, a year or so of, like, information.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things where also she was giving him a note where she's going to act a certain way. And then he went, oh, so you want to do it like this, more of a whispery, whatever thing, do that?
It's
She's
almost
like, yeah,
like
that's
it's
it.
a collaborative process.
Yes, and also, people are like, she was very quiet when she talked to him. You could tell that Maya was terrified of Sean, and they weren't allowed to have gay things on screen very often.
What?
Hey, guys. One of the biggest reveals in the entire 5th season is Will being gay. What are we even trying to lie about right now? Why? This is stuff you can see with your eyeballs. Why lie?
Yeah, I don't get this one.
You've had no one on this set say anything bad about Sean. You've never had anyone that worked in any movies with him say a bad thing about him ever. Talk about how he's the most supportive person in the entire room, including in these scenes having people like Maya, and I'm blanking on the girl that plays her girlfriend's name, running into the scene, hugging Sean, getting ready to film for the day. Can we just not openly lie just because you didn't get your extra episode that was never going to happen? It's just unbelievable. But, Pringle, there's a difference between him reading scripts before he goes, because that's not in the script of the episode that he's in. You also got to remember that directors, when the episode direct stuff, they don't direct the shit before him. They come in to do a job and leave.
Yeah, so he's like, okay, there's a nurse with him. They're like,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't get given the scripts of the entire show when you go in to direct an episode. You're directing this and that's it. So that's not a regular thing. That's why I'm bringing up the complaint, Pringle, because it makes no sense in the scheme, in the medium of shooting this as a TV show versus a movie. Because a movie is one giant thing that one director's doing all of. On a TV show, it's typically different people go throughout everything. If they were having to tell the Duffers this, that would be a different story.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And then, if there's nothing else, the other delightful update, because the Duffer Brothers just cannot shut up.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Oh no, Umbriana was a chip bag.
Oh.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger
It's a
Things
mystical.
have happened.
It's a mystical chip bag.
Oh. And then, I don't know how do we make this bigger.
Well,
Did you want to read this bitty
I mean,
bitty?
we could, but didn't we just kind of get out that they... The other thing that they got out of a post-thing interview was the thing that they had a screen where ChatGPT was brought up. And he said that he used it for research. Which no one's going to believe.
Yeah, and like the conclusion that everyone is coming is coming to is that, oh, they had a Chat GPT tab open. Therefore, all of Stranger Things
was written by ChatGPT. Also, the entire season was written by one of the Duffer's ex-wives. Also, most of the entire seasons were written by Sean Levy. Also, most of all the seasons were written by a top executive that used to be at Netflix. I have seen, quote-unquote, with proof by these people, that there is 17 different people that wrote every single season of Stranger Things, and none of them are the Duffers. You could say what you want. Say they didn't write it, whatever. But make sense when you accuse someone of something. Show proof. Don't just say a thing and then hope someone else brings you proof. It's what I always say, and I mean this honestly. I don't care if you hate something, but hate it truthfully. You can hate all you want. Have it make sense and be honest when you hate something. Because if you're making something up about someone that you hate to hate them, you're the one who's wrong. Not the person you hate. Alright. Anyway, moving on from that. Attack on Titan creator Hajime Isayama has shared that he doesn't think he'll ever be able to write something like the series again, saying that he emptied out everything he had while creating it. During the revival screening event for Attack on Titan, the final chapter, The Last Attack in Tokyo, Isayama sent a surprise message to the cast and staff. He revealed that he's not working right now and no longer draws on a daily basis, only occasionally doing illustrations, autographs, and small collaborations. Isayama explained that even if he weren't busy, trying to create a new story feels like reusing pieces of Attack on Titan. For him, the series was a once-in-a-lifetime work where he poured everything out until nothing was left. I don't blame him, because I could see that probably everything he had in his brain was put into that show.
Not only that, but why? Like, why should he work himself into the ground? Like, just if he wants to draw, like, let him draw when he feels like it.
Yeah.
I mean, he did that. I don't think Attack on Titan, like, rarely took any months off, if any. I think that only
the anime did.
No, I think only, like, the time skip, or, like, towards the end. I only recall once or twice, but I didn't read it from the beginning of its serialization. So, like, a chapter a month, you know, that's around, like, 40 pages for, like, 9 years.
Mm-hmm. And also, he doesn't have to come up with something else.
Yeah,
do you know how many mangakas write multiple stories that become giant and famous? Not many. Like the woman who wrote Full Metal Alchemist, it just wrote like one other to my knowledge, and it's now finally getting an anime.
I think she wrote like one or two more, but they were like short series. It was never something to like the extent of like FMA.
Yeah, it's a big thing for you to have multiple giant works of art that make it out into animes and such. Like, it's hard.
Like, not everyone's going to be an Akira Toriyama or Rumiko Takahashi. Like, some people can just fart out like 7,000 ideas and just all bangers.
Yes, and not everybody can be like the mangaka for Rurouni Kenshin and have a terabyte of child porn and somehow stay employed. Anyways, still to this day, I can't fucking believe that. Okay, Mike, I assume all the award stuff is yours.
Yeah, so let's just run through that all at once. We will begin with the Actor Awards. These I can run through pretty quickly. So, for Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Leading Role, we've got Timothée Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, and Jesse Plemons. For Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role, we got Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson, Chase Infinity, and Emma Stone. Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor in a Supporting Role, this is where it gets interesting. Miles Caton gets in for his role in Sinners, Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi as the creature in Frankenstein, Paul Mescal in Hamnet as William Shakespeare.
You know, I think one day I'm just going to keep this Cody picture up because I love it this fucking much.
You know what you need to do, Brock? You need to make a Cody PNG tuber.
Yes.
And just have his lips move. Just like a South Park hinge mouth.
Like the old Conan O'Brien skits when he would fake interview people.
Yes, exactly like that.
And the last supporting actor is Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. Outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role, Odessa Azayan from Marty Supreme, Ariana Grande from Wicked, Amy Madigan from Weapons, Wunmi Musaku from Sinners, and Teyana Taylor from One Battle After Another. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. And outstanding performance by a stunt ensemble. We've got F1, Frankenstein, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
Ooh, that's actually a tough competition between One Battle After Another and Sinners.
Yeah. I have a feeling One Battle After Another is probably going to take this one, but Sinners does have the better ensemble.
Yeah, I mean, I meant more in stunts, but yeah, if we're talking ensemble overall, then yeah, it should be Sinners.
Yeah, this is a tough one, and of course, Mission Impossible is going to be nominated because it's Mission Impossible.
You know, it's insane. Is it bad that I totally forgot that movie came out last year?
Honestly, I don't blame you. As much as I love the Mission Impossible movies, the last two, they do kind of just feel like, yeah, we're here. And
Do you know what this feels like? That last Fast X movie kind of just happened, and now we're just sitting here like, what are we?
No, that
What are we
one's
doing?
worse because it's been 3 years and we still haven't gotten the.
I know. I'm just saying, in that situation after that happened, you're just kind of like, oh, now we're here now. But
anyway, we are moving on to the Producers Guild Awards. So these are the nominees for outstanding producer of theatrical motion pictures. So Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners, Train Dreams, and Weapons. And for documentary feature, we have The Alabama Solution, Cover Up, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, My Mom Jane, Ocean with David Attenborough, The Perfect Neighbor, and The Tale of Cillian. I have a feeling that one's going to go to The Perfect Neighbor. And then for Best Animated Feature, The Bad Guys 2, Demon Slayer, the movie Infinity Castle, should have been Chainsaw Man, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, and Zootopia 2. This one's K-Pop Demon Hunters, not even a question.
100%.
Yeah, right, 100%. But the interesting thing is that this gives more stock, I feel like, for Demon Slayer to pick up that 5th spot.
Yeah, I think so too. I still genuinely think it should be the Chainsaw Man movie, but
I mean, sure, the Chainsaw Man movie's the better movie, but it's insane that we live in a world where a Shonen Jump property could be an Academy Award nominee.
yeah, that is pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts.
Now we'll do one more of these. This is the DGA Awards. And for feature film, we've got Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Guillermo del Toro for Frankenstein, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, and Chloe Zhao for Hamnet. For documentary film, I'm gonna butcher this name. Mislav Chernov for 2,000 meters to Andrivka. Gita Ganbir for The Perfect Neighbor. Sarah Kaki and Mohammad Reza Ani, Cutting Through Rocks. Elizabeth Lowe for Mistress Dispeller. And Laura Poitras and Mark Obenhaus, Cover Up. And for first time feature, we have Hassan Hadi for The President's Cake, Harry Lighton for Pillion, which I hear is really good, Charlie Pullinger for The Plague, Alex Russell for Lurker, and Eva Victor for Sorry Baby. So yeah, a lot of good stuff in the mix.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of stuff in the mix, so we've got more WB or shit.
Oh boy, my favorite kind of shit.
Paramount rips in a Netflix deal as Comcast TV spinoff shakes up Hollywood. All right. So, Paramount Skydance, holy good lord, they are down 0.08%, uses a major stop-out market shift to attack the board of Warner Brothers Discovery, which went up 1.62 on Monday. They claim... I don't care. All right. The drama centers on what happens with Warner Brothers' old-school TV channels such as CNN and TNT. Under the Netflix plans, they will be tossed into a new company called Discovery Global. Paramount argues that this new business could be worth as little as $2 a share because Versant is now trading publicly. Paramount is using this as a mirror to show that Discovery Global might actually be worth once it stands alone. Oh boy, I am trying to find a way to get this a little bit or less. So basically they're trying to say that it's going to start low and then join high, and it's a bad excuse that if they get that in there. Massive corporate breakup at Comcast, giving Paramount new power in its fight for Warner Brothers Discovery by looking at how Comcast new Versant Media is trading. So they're grasping at straws at a split up that they just had, hoping that how badly one is doing currently could give them some arguing room to kill the deal. What is this? Paramount has written to lawmakers saying that acquiring Warner Brothers would be presumptively unlawful. They argue the deal would further cement Netflix's dominance in the streaming video on demand. Guys, Netflix might take over Paramount and streaming if they buy this.
Oh, wow. You know,
Shocking.
at this point, I think Tubi probably has more subscribers than Paramount Pro Plus. And Tubi's free.
To be fair.
Nah.
Yeah, it's like Paramount's like, hey, Lamborghini might have more sales than Buick if you let them buy that dealership. You shouldn't do that. No shit, that's gonna happen. That's the most... Hey, he's gonna get more money if he makes more money. I don't like that. This has nothing to do with you, Tom. Shut up. Just... God. How do you have a jealous ex-girlfriend that never dated you?
Right?
I don't know how that works. All right. So, Studio Dean CEO Shinichiro Ikeda recently shared that he implemented a strict policy forcing animators to leave by 6 or 7 p.m. to eliminate the industry's traditional all-nighter culture. While the studio initially faced financial losses and pushback from executives who feared bankruptcy, the shift eventually led to a dramatic improvement in staff performance and productivity. Talking about the worldwide success of Demon Slayer and the Chainsaw Man... yeah, it's basically that in the long run, it was actually better for them to have good schedules.
Yeah, because quality of life will result in higher quality
Of life?
Like, yeah.
It's
and
almost
also
like-
just higher quality art. If your team is not being burnt out, then they can do better things.
Absolutely. Crazy how that fucking works. It's almost like if they're rested, they can work better. I know that's very hypocritical of me saying that, if anyone knows me. But anyway, talking about the worldwide success of Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man films, Sword Art Online director Tomohiko Ito said that the Japanese anime industry has the potential to replace Hollywood. Reflecting on Hollywood's declining influence after the WGA strike and the impact of COVID, Ito stated that the influential power of Hollywood movies has been weakening, adding that the Japanese anime has managed to become a good replacement for them as global audiences increasingly tune in to anime for large-scale entertainment. I don't know if replace is the right word, but it's very good competition.
Yeah. Now I don't think it's gonna happen, but we are reaching the 3-year point for the contracts for SAG and the Writers Guild. So I'm not saying there's going to be
right.
another strike this summer, but if there is,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, everything's shit. Like, why not have another hot strike summer?
Well, we have a different head of SAG now, so maybe that'll help.
hopefully.
I don't know. All right. So, we're on to the other category. While most PC manufacturers have leaned heavy into AI marketing, Dell is the first to come out and publicly admit that it will scale back on an AI-focused strategy. Oh, God, I forgot I had that quote in here. That one's going to be a fun one. People got mad at Troy Baker for being honest. Here we go. Finally, someone has decided to not push AI down the consumer's throats. The tech giant and companies were not hesitant to spam AI throughout their presentations, but Dell had a different approach. If you can read our CES coverage on Dell products, you might have noticed that unlike other vendors, they didn't slap an AI tag on every product. From Alienware 2026 laptops to lineups for upcoming Area 51 desktop, Dell kept it limited, talking to gaming and productivity. And they had a much better viewings and positive interactions about their showings. Crazy how that works. All right. Now, give or take that Troy Baker said something really fucking stupid about NFTs a while back, if I remember correctly. This is not a dumb quote, and I just think people don't know how to listen, and this was clipped out of context badly. So, Troy Baker, one of the most recognizable voices in gaming, isn't worried about generative AI flooding the industry with soulless content. In fact, he believes it may do the opposite. Speaking about the rise of AI in games, The Last of Us and Indiana Jones Star and The Great Circle argued that while AI can generate endless content, it fundamentally can't create art. According to Baker, true art is inseparable from lived human experience. Now, AI can create content, it cannot create art, he explains, emphasizing the intention, emotion, and personal choice are irreplaceable elements of a creative work. For that reason, he needs no need to panic or to vilify the technology. We don't need to diminish it, denigrate it, or demonize it. We just need to acknowledge that it exists. If it doesn't remove my choice as a performer or a producer, say I choose to do this. Baker acknowledges that the real concern isn't culpability, but saturation. AI can produce massive volumes of material faster and cheaper than humans ever could, yet he believes that this flood will ultimately push audiences away from algorithmic output towards something more meaningful. As the AI-generated media becomes more common, Baker expects that players will seek out authentic, intentional experiences, stories crafted with care, rather than the gruel that gets distilled through a black mirror. In his view, the shift is not a threat, but an opportunity. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a revelation. His stance between the extremes dominating the AI debate, while some creatives fully reject the technology and some executives enthusiastically embrace it, Baker adopts a measured optimism, rooting for an artistic choice rather than fear. This contracts sharply with voices like Bruce Starley, the director of The Last of Us, who publicly stated he will not use generative AI at all, even if it becomes convincingly. For Starley, the prompting machine does not qualify as art, and he questions whether or not the direction humans should pursue. As AI's influence in games continues, one thing is clear: the debate is far from settled, but Baker is right. Is the very rise of AI may end up reaffirming why human-made art still matters more than ever. Now, there was one thing that happened in this interview that is not in here. He said a statement that AI can pump out product better than any human can. Now, wait, you're shaking your head. What he meant is that a machine can shit out more than anything than any human being can. That is true. An AI can puke out stuff more than any human can, and then that's where every part of that quote stopped. They didn't put the extra part afterwards. That doesn't mean that it's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to tell the quality of it. Because he is 100% right saying that a machine can pump out and put out more than a human being can. But everybody threw him to the fucking wolves and only used the first part of his quote because that's how you get clicks. Alrighty. We can read through that one at a different time. Get through this one quickly. Micron, after shutting down its consumer line, says it's doing it to help consumers. Back in December, Micron announced that it was shutting down its consumer memory and storage brand Crucial. At the same time, the company said it was due to AI-driven growth within the industry. Now, over a month later, Micron is addressing the decision to shutter the budget-friendly in favor of powerful data centers and large AI companies. So I would never want to tell someone what to think or what is wrong, but our viewpoint is that we are trying to help the consumers around the world. We're just doing it through different channels, and we still have a sizable business in the client and mobile markets. We're also, of course, servicing our data center customers. So we're still helping you, but also, fuck you.
God.
Right?
Also, the NVIDIA CEO says you shouldn't talk bad about AI, but we'll leave that for later because this casting call thing we can't let get too far away for too long. All right, so Mike had an idea and he wanted to go through this. Initially, his idea was trying to cast Stranger Things into Resident Evil, but then I found out quickly that wasn't going to work because 90% of that cast is children. So, Where was this? So, nope, that's not it. Where are you? So, I had a couple that started out here, but for anyone that could come up with the actors of anything that you think they could be cast as, we normally do superheroes, but for any other property or thing that has a distinguished character they could be cast as. I thought of Natalia Dyer, the girl who plays Nancy, would be really good as Claire Redfield.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can see that.
David Harbour, Barry Burton. I mean, it's just right there. Maya Hawke, because ever since I saw this picture, I can't get away from it. I need Maya Hawke and Ethan Hawke to be Barbara and Jim Gordon. I just need that really bad. Joe Keery as either Barry Allen or Peter Parker in an alternate universe.
I actually would like him as Wally West.
Ooh.
Could see that.
He could be. I wouldn't be against that. Sadie Sink. Now that I've seen more of her acting, I want that girl to be Aloy. I really want that girl to be Aloy.
Yeah, makes sense.
And in an alternate reality, Winona Ryder would be Aunt May. Charlie Heaton, The Question.
Ooh.
Huh.
I think he'd be really good as The Question. Caleb McLaughlin, and I'm going to piss some people off here. Yes, he can be Miles Morales. Here's the thing I get it. his last name is Morales, he is part Latino. But if every single character and every single time we cast someone, if they do not have the exact genealogy down to the point, we're never going to cast a character ever. And here's the thing that I love that no one knows. Do you know why Miles' last name is Morales? Because his father, whose last name is Davis, said point blank, we're not giving Miles my last name because it has a bad history to it. So do you know what Miles' name would be if he took his dad's last name normally? Miles Davis!
Yep.
So yeah, that's why it's Miles Morales. He can look black and then do acting to look into Spanish or Mexican heritage. There is still acting involved in being an actor. If I create a character that is Irish and has Spanish and Egyptian heritage and you cannot find an actor that has that exact thing so then that character can't be made, that is stupid. I'm sorry, that's dumb. That's very fucking stupid. You need to have the core basic and then work around it. Otherwise, these characters are never going to get made. We need to stop this shit. You're not like you're casting a white actor. Good lord. Anyway, and then the other one, the most obvious one on the fucking planet, Jamie Campbell-Bower needs to be Scarecrow.
Yeah.
No shit.
Oh, yes.
Good lord.
I think I saw an interview somewhere where he said like
he doesn't want
to
to
take a break from playing villains, but come on, this one is like pitched right over the plate for him.
Also, we don't need Scarecrow tomorrow. He can take a break.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
By the time we get our third Batman film, it's going to be 12 years from now.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, God.
But I didn't know if you guys had any other of the main cast. Like, the kids could be whoever they want. I mean, Finn Wolfhard for 12 years could still be Damian Wayne.
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna... I don't know if you guys had any else that you were immediately latched on to.
I mean, you pretty much took the ones that like were immediately standing out, and also Heiser said a good one. Caleb for Static Shock.
Yeah,
He could be. He doesn't have lightning powers in real life. He can't play that character.
God damn it.
jeez.
Oh, God.
Don't. No, he needs to know what it's like in his life to have lightning powers, or he cannot accurately act as his character, because having it in real life and not having to act is what acting is. Oh, that whole shit bugs me. Don't have acting and acting. You can only be the thing that's on the screen. It drives me nuts. There has to be some other one. Vecna for... Bro? Heisers, you're cooking.
Oh, yeah, no, he's cooking. Because he's actually British.
Oh my gosh, him as Kira is, like, scarily good. I would take him more as Kira than Vecna. Or than Dio, if I'm being perfectly honest. No, now I'm in my brain trying to think of what actor I'd want to play Dio Brando. David Bowie, if he was... Man. Any of those, you know, as much as people don't like Noah Schnapp, that kid does have a good future of acting in a little bit of younger roles for a while. And I had a freaking role in my brain, and it
Just gone in a flash.
Oh, he's gone. It's gone. Which one of the Stranger Things do you think could play Noah Centineo?
Oh, God damn it.
Only Noah Centineo can play Noah Centineo. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Change the sign. 0 days without a Noah Centineo incident.
Yep.
You guys have any other ones?
I don't have a specific one. Just in general, I want to see more from the actress who played Karen Wheeler, Cara Buono.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
She
because
was
I
really
wish
good.
she had more in the show. Because I know she got like credit in like the opening credits for nearly like every episode. I'm guessing that's probably like contractual, but yeah, I'd be curious because she was fun this season, just to kind of give her something with a little bit more meat.
She can play Noah Centineo.
So this was okay. Here's the thing I have to say because I'm not gonna be able to say it anywhere else. As much as sometimes one of the guys on the podcast drives me up a fucking wall because he just has the worst takes on the planet, I watch clips of the Escape Pod podcast every now and then, and this guest brought up a tweet that she saw that someone said the kids from Derry could handle Vecna, but the kids from Stranger Things couldn't handle it. And I don't believe that. And then she brought up something as I was saying it. If you stuck it in a room with Erica for 3 minutes, he would be crying.
Oh yeah, no,
She would bully him to death.
Yeah.
He's like, why are you so mean to me? I just want to eat you. God.
You know who could take out Pennywise and Vecna at the same time?
Noah Centineo.
Noah Centineo.
Hey, you know what? I got a really good one. You know, I bet Finn Wolfhard would do really good in an It movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Oh,
he'd do
yeah,
great.
perfect.
Wow.
Did you guys also? I am an eater of worlds. I would kill you. Tim Curry, Pennywise, or Reba? Both. Erica would eat both of them alive.
Oh, yeah.
Being honest with you, no one's putting up with her.
No one.
No one at all. You would see him running back to go tell the turtle he wants to die. Oh, good lord. All right. Unless you guys have anything, where's my mouse? God, I love having 3 monitors. If you guys don't have any other ones,
Hold on. I think I can probably come up with one more.
David Harbour, I bet would be really good in the MCU. One day he's gonna make it there. One day. Apparently now there's rumors going around that the MCU is like hammering hard to get Joe Keery in something because, God please, I need that hair in something else.
I could see that, honestly. He would be a good fit in the MCU.
Okay, I know this is not at all Steve Harrington.
Oh, I have a good one for the MCU because I don't think they've showed him yet, unless I'm like having an aneurysm.
Erica for a live action Moon Girl.
And it,
Joe
Wait a
Keery
minute.
for
Heisers, you might be
the
onto something.
MCU's version of Ghost Rider. Like, if he could get the acting seriousness down for it, I could see him being the pretty boy stuntman.
so here's like my other one, since now we have college age like Peter. What about Harry Osborn?
Yeah,
Yeah, I see it.
could see that.
I could see that. It'd be
Well,
because then they'd have the wrinkle of like only Peter knows that Harry Osborn like Norman Osborn from another universe is evil. So that when he meets Harry Osborn, he's gonna be like, "Who's your dad?"
like, because this happened to me once, like with the Vulture. Like, oh God, not again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wouldn't be. Yeah, I could see that. Man, yeah, oh man, now I'm imagining Joe Keery across from Andrew Garfield. Like in that prime when that movie was actually being made, that being the Harry Osborn.
Instead of
Dan DeHaan wasn't bad, but he just got handed a shovel of shit. Like, I know Dane DeHaan's not a powerhouse actor, but that movie was not his fault.
No, not
Nor
at
was
all.
that role. And, like, I get it. There is a version of the Goblin where he's, like, literally a fucking monster, but they turned him into what what Reptile was in the Mortal Kombat Legacy, like, web series.
Jesus.
If anyone catches that reference at all.
I do.
Where his, like, skin platelets, like,
That was kind
came out backwards, so that's what made him look like a reptile.
super bizarre, but I kind of
remember that Baraka was a guy that just had extendo blades
Baraka was just a
surgically put in
dude
his
who, like,
arm.
surgically, yeah. I liked it.
That web series is a fucking trip.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
But Dan Southworth got to be Kenshi, so that made me happy. That was awesome. Daniel Camelbaro could also be Spandam in a live-action One Piece. Well, I mean, I assume there's going to be a lot of people that could end up in that, especially since it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
There'll be a good amount of that. So, yeah, there'll be a lot of things you can handle with that. But, if you guys don't have anything else, we could wrap this guy up a little early.
Yeah, I think we got through
Yeah,
a good amount today.
I think I got
We covered a
my
lot.
piece in. Yeah, no. He was a full doc. He was a beefy boy.
What my exes don't say. Anyway. I'm sleep deprived again. Anyway, all right.
Alright, yes, let's get Brock to bed.
That's what happens when I go from having 2 weeks of really good sleep to going back to work and not getting good sleep again. Fucked myself hard, I did. All right, Bree, where can everybody find you?
Do they want to find me? Well, if you do, you can follow me at Crazy Lemur, that beast guy, that's social. I'm also on Instagram at Lemur's Rule. One where it's the slightly more normal version of me, but also not really.
Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or at Organoid Zero. You can also find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need to escape? So do we.
Remember when I said...
You know where else? You know where else you can find it? You know where else?
Pandora for some reason.
Frickin' Pandora.
You know where else? On the banana meter.
Yes, the banana meter, the greatest meter of all.
Kiana, where can everybody find you?
Hopefully not on this earth anytime soon. Twitter, Neoplasmic24, also on Instagram and Threads of Neoplasmic81, and also on Blue Sky and Twitch,
On the moons
Neoplasmic.
of Pandora.
But not anywhere near Pandora.
Kiona is looking for some unobtainium. You can find me at worst name ever.
Jesus.
What do we call this thing that's unobtainable? What about unobtainium? James, I love you, but dear God. You can find me everywhere at Santaneo. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you are interested in cosplay stuff and the like, you can go over to my Instagram, where I just got some edited photos back from a con that I did in November of a Nero cosplay. The good friend of mine, Cookie Cosplay, and her Virgil stuff, and Cassier, who did the photography. I greatly appreciate that. So that is over on my Instagram. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you all later next week for podcast 70.
Woo!
Bye!
Bye.
Bye!